Facebook, new to watching this video, I'm Dov.
I'm Nicole.
And we're Twin Flame Revolution. We are consciousness mentors, energy healers, we're motivational speakers, activators. We, are just really thrilled to be here with you guys this morning to talk about a really deep and important subject. We have been getting an outpour of messages. Good morning, Brittany. An outpour of messages. I had to duck down because this is also Sophia. If you guys
have
not met her, she loves to be in all of our videos.
She doesn't let us do it alone. So we have the support from the little ones. They're protectors and guardians of us. They've come here to really serve us, and we serve them. Carmen, what's up, Sarah? Yeah, you guys are amazing.
So this morning we're going to talk about this energy of I don't want to be here, right? We have been getting a tremendous amount of messages from people that are saying, I don't want to be here anymore, or it's hard. And we have in our own lives had all of these different experiences. And when we talk about this, we are not just talking about, physically not wanting to be here. We're also talking about emotionally not wanting to do it, not knowing how to do it. We're talking about spiritually, when people say, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go home. I want to, so many different
I want
topics.
the mothership to come and get me now. Save me. Take me home. Well, I want to tell you that you are home. Wherever you are is home.
Yeah.
There's no home out there, right? You are home. Your soul is home, no matter where you are. And I want to share with you today, really deeply, how bad you wanted to be here. Really, really hit that one home and express my experience with that. And also, hopefully you guys can identify with that. And Dov and I both at many times wanted to leave. There's many, many times. It was very interesting when I would say, I don't want to be here anymore, right? I don't want to do this. My life got worse. Why did my life get worse? Right? So the reason why we're talking about this is because this is a deep, deep-seated, rooted program. This is ancient. This is core. And it is being dismantled right now. It is crumbling to the ground. This idea that if we left here, it would be easier. This idea that heaven is not here. This idea that there's another place to go after this, right? This idea that we didn't fight to be here. That we didn't want to be here.
Yeah. And I just want to make a caveat. Couple caveats. So we are not saying there isn't somewhere else to go after this.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I am not saying that there isn't other home places that we come from.
Right.
Nicole and I do this work all the time. We tell people about where they come from. We tell them about their soul groups. We tell them about all these different things in past lives. But we're talking about how important it is to be here now and how you all wanted to be that and to be in this energy of really reveling in this life and in this space and in this time. Right? So I know you guys have felt this way before. I know you have felt to one degree or another. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can write replay. If you're watching this now, you can write yes or yeah, me, I felt that way too, or whatever it is that feels right for you, because we've all gone through a different version of this, one version or another of kind of feeling like I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And like I said, so many messages from so many of you out there right now, so strong, having that energy and feeling like you can't do it anymore. Hey, Jess, good morning.
Hey, Caroline, what's up? So before I really get into it and we dive into it, I really want to take this opportunity for all of you to honor your pain body. Because let's be real. Not easy. Right? I say that sometimes. It's there's moments where it is. It's beautiful. And it's so lined. And it's so gorgeous. And it is easy. Right? But for the most part, we have this pain body. We have this body that feels pain when we put our hand on the stove. Right? That feels emotional pain when someone leaves. That feels emotional pain and mental pain when your lover leaves you. Right? Where there's separation. And it hurts. And it teaches us. And it lets us see just how powerful we are. And it shows us love, right? We've talked about that many times, that pain actually shows us our love, how much we love. I remember being in so much pain for when Dov and I were in separation and things like that, where I got to see how much love there was inside of my being, right? So I want to talk about how entitlement trumps gratitude. How entitlement literally blocks us from receiving love in our pain. I want to say that one more time. It literally blocks us from receiving love in our pain. So I'm going to explain my entitlement story so that maybe you can identify with it, and there's two parts to it. The first entitlement story for me was, I deserve to leave here. I shouldn't be here because I went through too much pain in my life. There was way too much neglect and abuse. My drug addiction, I couldn't get past that. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to have to fight. My mental struggle, a lot of us, you know what I'm talking about, people. A lot of us are in our heads. Our heads can either be calm and at peace and be awesome, or it can be a torturous hell in our head. Because all of a sudden we have story after story going on, and we get confused, and before you know it, we're like, I can't do this anymore. And there's tools to just dump this shit. This stuff isn't yours. This isn't yours anymore. These old stories, this story that you don't want to be here, isn't yours anymore. So I looked at my life and I was like, listen, if anyone deserves to leave this planet, it's Nicole. Like, I shouldn't have to do this. And what happened was, I didn't totally get to see how many people loved me and were trying to help me and really support me. I didn't totally see that at every moment, I know now because I went back and looked at it, right? We have this fourth dimensional brain that can look back at the past and go, oh shit. Like, really, I was supported the whole time. I'm breathing. I'm still alive. I didn't die in that situation, right? I didn't go to jail. I didn't, all these things that were going on, but we miss them. We miss them. We don't take bites of food and go, oh my God, it's a gift that I have food. There are other people that don't have food. I have food. I have a beautiful wife. I have a home. I have loved ones that really friggin' love me. Right? We miss those things, and it's really hard to ground in the crap. Who wants to be in that? Yeah. And then my entitlement story took a different turn. I started doing really deep spiritual work. My life started to change, and then all of a sudden this light bulb went off that, like, just because I'm doing work does not mean that I'm not going to suffer. Just because I'm doing spiritual work. Actually, to the contrary, there were deeper things I needed to face. And so I got really tired. And I was like, I have worked so frigging hard. I am working every day on my body, on my mind, on my spirit. I am working so hard, and why do I have to suffer? And I wanted to leave. Again, I wanted to leave. Because I felt like I deserve. And the thing is that we came here to experience all of this. We came here to evolve our soul. As much as I love really cool sneakers and really nice things and my new car, and I love all those things, when Nicole leaves this body, when my beautiful soul leaves this beautiful body, I am taking not my car. I'm not taking my home. I'm not taking that beautiful necklace I bought the other day with these really cool seeds that protect me. I love it, but I'm not taking it. But what I am taking is my soul. And when I was saying in the beginning, this is home, baby. This is what we're working on. This is the balance. This is what we're doing here. And we're doing it together for one another. And we're coming up against all of these things that are not true, that have been devouring us, that have been controlling us, that have been torturing us. And we are fighting through, and I don't even want to say fighting. We are bringing the truth through it so that we don't have to be bound anymore, and that we can be on this planet and love it and just revel in it. And if you love what I just said, say I hope, say amen, say I love you, Dov and Nicole. I love you guys so much. Oh my God, it's like, Dov didn't tell you actually that we posted the meme about this sermon. And the emails came in after the fact because people said, I just said I don't want to be here anymore. And then you threw that up online, and I was like, what? Because we are collectively dumping this. I say this all the time. When we are breaking through a program, it comes to the consciousness. And what we do is we try to hold on to it because we're like, oh my God, I don't want to be here. The thing is, it's coming to your consciousness because it's dying.
Yeah.
So that you can be here. And you can finish what you started, man. You came here to do something, and you all have that mission and purpose in your heart, and the heart is unfolding in this beautiful way for you to see it, be it, love it, share it. Whew.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, Nicole. I love it. So, when Nicole was speaking, I was thinking about when I was in parts of my life where I was really calling it in, right? I was really calling in, I don't want to be here. I was calling in, and for me, we talked about it. We talked about spiritual giving up, physical giving up. We talked about mental giving up. And for me, it was the desire for all, right? The desire to fully give up, the desire to not be in my body anymore, the desire to not live this life anymore. And it was really because I didn't know what to do with it all. I didn't know what to do with the weight of it. I didn't know what to do with the pain of it. I didn't know, and I was tired, right? And there was some of my entitlement in that too, where I was like, why me, right? And so when people say to me, why me? Why not you? Why not me? Why not me? Not to mention I wanted to experience that. But what I realized was that I actually really, really wanted to be here. I just didn't really know how to be here. And sometimes that is the case for us, right? That we just don't really know how to be here, how to do it, but we want it. And all of you did want it. You chose this moment in time. You chose this life. You wanted to do it. So we do honor. We honor not knowing how. We honor the pain of being present here. We honor all of those things. And we will tell you too, that when we stay with it, right? When we're having that breakdown and we're like, I'm not going to make it. You can have that day, right? You can give yourself permission. I used to give myself permission to really feel it. Go and spend, my mother used to say something great to me. She'd say, go take a shower, and the amount of time you have in the shower, you can wallow, cry, give up, whatever, and then you get out of the shower and you keep going, right? And I extend that longer for some people. I say, take your whole day. You can say, I give up today. I don't want to do it today, blah. But the thing is that we have to walk away from that energy after a little bit. We have to give ourselves permission to feel it, go through it, and walk out of that energy. And when Nicole was saying that it's collective at this point, it's contagious. It's also contagious on many levels because the collective consciousness is part of us. And as we're all connected through social media now and the news and all these different things, there's even deeper levels of collective thought and collective thought forms and consciousness that are coming in. And essentially, we've been giving each other permission to give up. Because now there's all these different levels of giving up. We give you permission. People are giving each other permission to do certain things that are not permitted. And so our mind goes, well, I can always, on things that didn't have permission before. So we have to release those things. We have to release that programming that I don't want to be here. And a lot of you guys are really spiritual. And I have had so many spiritual masters. And so many spiritual people that I know came here to do some big work. And they're like, I just want to go. I want to go home. I want to go to my home planet. I want to go back to my soul group. I want to go out of this body. And it's like, I promise you fought to be here. I promise you, and I invite you to remember that and to really actively be in this life for the time that we are doing what it is that we're meant to do. And if you're not sure what that is, there are ways to figure it out a bit for yourself, right? And Nicole touched on it. What I wanted to say too is when I went into that energy of I don't want to be here, I turned my life into hell.
Yes.
I turned my life into hell. And I don't think that any of you out there are trying to experience a hellish life.
No.
I don't think that, yes, we might go through pain, we might go through trauma, we might go through experience, but life is not the pursuit of the avoidance of pain. That's not what life is. We don't have to suffer. And what we do is that we create massive amounts of suffering through this giving up energy, this energy of I'm not doing this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to deal with this. And every day that I would say it, and I did it for months. I mean, I went into it so deep. And maybe some of you guys have done that, that are watching. Maybe you've done that in your lives. Maybe you're doing that in your life right now. I went so deep. And I got a every day and I repeated it over and over again. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And it just started to deteriorate my life. It deteriorated my life because that's the energy that I drew into my life.
Yes.
I drew in more, I don't want to be here. I drew in more, it's a disaster. I drew in more, and as Nicole was talking about, my gratitude was not even there. There was nothing that I was grateful for because I was so angry, so frustrated, and I was bringing in so much negativity into my life, attracting every type of negativity, from spiritual negativity. Remember, you guys are magnets.
Yes.
You're just a big magnet moving around. And so your energy, whatever is just magnetically pulling that in. Whether it's through other people's thoughts, it's through people treating you negatively because you're going to draw it out of them and attach it to you. Whether it's, entity energies that we can talk about at a different time, whether it's whatever it is, you are pulling it towards you when you repeat those things. There are certain things that you will never hear come out of my mouth anymore because I understand the power of those words and those thoughts and those energies as they exist in my life, and I understand the power of releasing those, right? And I feel some of you, and you're like, I'm going through this right now, and what I want to say to you is that there is no judgment. None. So you can't release this energy judging yourself or thinking, oh man, can't believe I'm here, right? We're sharing with you how many times that we were there. We're sharing how we've experienced that. We're sharing how we see masters going through that, people that are amazing that we look up to, and we know that they go through it at times too. And we're also saying that some of you are experiencing it because of what Nicole was saying, to release this. To release it, we have to see it. We have to experience it.
A lot of you are high-level healers. A lot of you are woke and you're awake. And so when these shifts happen and these things are being dismantled, you are feeling it at a physical level, an emotional level, a mental level. And sometimes we think that it's just us. We're like, what is wrong with me? And it has nothing to do with you per se. It's the connectedness and all of us together feeling this shift. And so understand that if you're not feeling well, and like I've been vibrating for days, right? And I'm feeling it, like Dov was feeling it in her teeth, right? It's uncomfortable. My legs were cramping from all of the shifts and the ascension. And so it's like, I had to keep saying, okay, I let go to this. I understand I'm in a process. It's really, really okay. And I want to say something to Jessica, who's crying right now. I love you. And you said, my life is a mess. Oof, I know messes, and messes are yummy. Messes are yummy because messes give us the opportunity to do something very, very different. We do not change when everything's just kind of chill. And we're just like, nah, it's okay. Nah, and we're really miserable in that state. But when everything's a mess and we're crying, we're like, I don't want to freaking do this. It is an opportunity to make a huge shift. And so I want to share something with you guys. I remember my last overdose. The week before, I remember I didn't want to be here. I didn't really want to die. But I was in so much pain, I didn't really know what to do with myself. And I ended up getting a bad batch, and I fell out in my living room and / dining room and just OD'd. And I was out for a very long time. And it was very hard for me to get back into my body. Like, it was the one time that I knew that I almost was gone. And I remember when my eyes started to open and I was looking at the EMTs, and my heart was really hurting because it was stopped for like 10 minutes. It was really bad. And my body was shaking, but at that moment when my eyes opened, I held onto the floor and I was like, thank you, inside. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave because there was something in me that was like, no, remembered that like I didn't want to leave. And I've had spiritual awakenings with my shaman where I'm sitting there and I go through the same visual and I'm seeing it like, oh my God, like we want to be here. This is a special time. Like, we want to be here. You are supposed to be here. And we get frustrated because we forget. We get so caught up in all of this programming. We get caught up in our stories. We get caught up in our upbringing. We get caught up on the news. We get caught up on all the bullshit. And sometimes, like, I get caught up on the dumbest things on social media. Right? I'm like, oh my God. Like, we get frustrated with social media. Right? You see people that are really like, it's like our society at this point, it's like if you're not doing something really like creative, sorry, I almost hit you, extraordinary and big, then you are just, we think we suck. We think we suck. We're like, well, I'm not really doing anything, so I suck. No, no one sucks. Right? No one sucks. It doesn't matter. Listen, my favorite gift that I have, like, it's not showing up in this. I love showing up for you guys. I love being on camera. I love doing service. But really, my favorite moments are like when my mom calls me and tells me she loves me, right? And we have this really deep connection, me and my mom now, right? Me and my dad, how we miss each other. I get more like my heart's full when I'm like at the beach with my friends and we're laughing, right? So it's not about my work, although I love my work, but it's about the connection with you. And so if you are home in a mess and you're not allowing connection with other people, and you're doing this alone, and you're all by yourself, it is not going to be easy. We weren't meant to do this alone. We were meant to do it in tribes. We were meant to do this in groups. We were meant to do it together. And I'm like stepping out of the screen. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm like, what is happening? I'm sorry. I'm like leaving. Goodbye. It was the way my body was going. I was like doing this thing, and I was like, bye. Sorry.
Don't forget to laugh.
I love you guys. Wow.
I love you guys so much. You know, it's interesting that Nicole actually brought up mission, you know, and purpose. Because for us, it's the divine self-expression of who you are. And for me, you know, my work was actually part of what got me to really anchor into being here. So Nicole talked about how she connects socially and how that really lights her up in certain ways. And my family is everything to me. My relationship, my marriage is everything to me. But you guys are everything to me. This work that I do is also what keeps me grounded. This, for me, is actually equal to the love and the connection that I have with everything else, because it anchors me in that. So asking yourself and looking around, maybe I'm not expressing me. Maybe I'm not connecting to something, right? If you're feeling lost and you're feeling like you don't want to be here, maybe it's because you just haven't been here. Maybe it's because you're not letting you be here. Maybe it's because you're not expressing you and you're getting lost in a system or a cog, or, you know, and when I say expressing you, it can be in anything. From, you can be a sidewalk painter. You can work at an animal shelter.
Do you need water?
Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. You know, whatever it is that you want to express, are you showing up? Are you showing up in your life? Are you showing up as who you are? Sorry, now my dog wants to get down. Are you showing up for yourself and expressing yourself? And I found that when I really did that, when I did that fully and authentically, when I understood what that meant to me and I allowed myself to do that, it transformed so much. And for me, it's a non-negotiable, because I am here to do what I am doing. I am here to be me. I am here to help you guys. I am here to show up, and I need to show up bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's what my soul asked me to do, and that's what I want to do. And I'm unapologetic about it, and I am unconditional about it, and I am excited about it, and it keeps me, you know, and in that time that I was struggling, I was not only struggling with, you know, certain things going on in my social life, and my personal and home life, but I was also struggling with trying to find who I was in my expression of self, right? And my work was good, and I was good at it, but it wasn't all of me, and it wasn't serving in the way that I needed to. And again, service is not one size fits all, guys. Your service could be anything from being on the, you know, I was talking to someone the other day, and maybe you're watching, and, you know, I said to this person, I said, this client of ours, I said, here is something that people don't think about. All of you having your own awakening and your energy and your consciousness energy are so important to be in all walks of reality, right? So if you're naturally a healer, and this person was, and I was explaining to them, we were doing a soul realignment. I was talking to them about their energy. I was talking about who they are. And I was explaining about how they're just naturally a healer. And that's amazing. But I said, you don't have to be a healer in order to have an impact, because this is just who you are. So if you want to be a corporate CEO and your energy is of a healer, then aho, right? Like, awesome. Because that energy trickles down to everything else, right? Because you need to show up as who you are wherever you want to show up in your life, right? And so you don't have to be a one size fits all, and you have to be wherever you need to as much of who you are. And it's a big part of not wanting to be here. Because when we're not expressing ourselves, when we're not being ourselves, when we're not connected to ourselves, of course we don't want to be here. Because we know that we've forgotten, and there is no, it's like replay, I want to do it again, right? But the thing is, you know what I say to people? You've done so much already. You've done so much already. And if you go into that entitlement Nicole was talking about and you say, I suffered so much, I deserve to just leave and come back and do it again. Because the way I look at it is, you did so much. You deserve to use all that momentum and all that hard work you already did.
Hi, Michael.
Use that and continue from that platform, because you are not at square one.
Nope.
You are not at ground zero, even if you feel that. You actually have done so much already that it's just time to take that platform and move yourself out of that energy and be able to grab hold of life and say, okay. You know, we were thinking about one of our clients this week too, another one who was like, I'm just suffering so much. And we got this strong message. You just need to grab hold of your mission so hard.
Yes.
And when we talk about mission, who are you and what is it that you want to express here? What does it look like for you, right? And you guys can start to think about this. What does it look like? So if you are hidden away and unconnected and you are isolating yourself, then you're going to feel that, right? If you are doing something that you've never even asked yourself if you like or love, then you will feel those things. And I understand that. You know, and Nicole brought this up the other day. I remember she said once, she was saying all these things about she didn't want to be here. She said, I tried everything. And I said, did you really? Because when I have somebody come to me and they say, I can't do this anymore, I've tried everything. I say, well, have you taken a bag, sold all your shit, moved to Fiji and worked on a resort? Or have you gone to Bali and just lived there? Because before we decide that there is nothing for us here, then do it all. Go experience it all. And the thing is, a lot of us, we've made our world so tiny that not only we wouldn't go to Bali or Fiji to live a new life, we wouldn't get out of the 40,000 or 400 people town we live in, right? We wouldn't even move out of the state that we were born in. We make our world so small that we feel that not only there is no place for us, there is no purpose for us. Because we're in a box that is so little that we have lost perspective. Not only the 20,000 foot view, the 200,000 foot view, not the life plan, the universe plan, but lost focus of it all. And so if you feel that you are in that place and you are frustrated and you haven't wanted to be here anymore, yeah, you limited yourself. We limit ourselves. And it's normal. Because when Nicole talked about pain, when we go into pain body, we become small. We go right where our feet are. When we're suffering, we become self-centered. I don't mean self-centered like we think we are the most amazing thing in the world. We become self-centered as in nothing but us exists. Our pain is the center of our universe. And that's okay. It's not something to change or something to judge. It's something we all go through. But we need to understand that it's happening. We need to know that there's something outside of that. And whatever it takes, support, other people, mentors, consciousness, friends, whatever it is, even this awakening of this moment, having this conversation together, that there is more. There's so much more. And there's so much to experience. And there's so many reasons to be here. And your soul wants to be here. Because if it didn't, you just wouldn't be, right? You know how you know you're supposed to be here? Because you are. It's that simple. You're supposed to be here because you are.
Yes.
And if you weren't supposed to be, you wouldn't be. And when you are complete, you won't be, right? And so we can take the guesswork out. We can just say, oh, I don't have to guess whether I was supposed to be here or not. You are supposed to be here.
And I have homework for all of you. Some 101, right? So 3 things. 1, make a gratitude list in the morning and at night. Just 3 things you're grateful for before, you go to bed and when you wake. just to remind yourself that there are good things happening, right? Just to grab onto that energy, to feel into that frequency, right? The frequency of things that are going well. It brings our whole soul up. We kind of like, woo! The other one is to get off your phone for moments at a time. Get off social media, give yourself a few hours, or if you could get a whole day where you are just present. You are present in your actions. When you're with people, you're not on your phone. You're looking in people's eyes. You're feeling other people's energy, your own energy. Your feet are on the ground. You're looking around, right? You're not focused on how many likes you have or how many people are looking at your stuff. Like, who gives it? Like, let's focus on being present. That's why it's present, because it's a present. It's a gift. It is powerful.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, if you are having these thoughts like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here, I can't, I won't, I want you to start saying, that is not mine anymore, and I release it. Even if it's any negativity coming in your mind, just be like, that is not mine anymore, and I release you from my being. And this is going to take work, and it's going to be practice, because there is a part of us that's going to fight the whole way, because it is scared and it is used to doing the same stuff every single day. So it's not going to be easy, but if you can at least do it once, it starts to shift our brain. It starts to shift our energy. It starts to create a new pattern for yourself. And it is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Yes. To think about what you are thinking about, watch what you are saying about yourself, watch what you are saying about other people. Because if you are saying you're a and you're a this and you are that, I promise you are saying the same thing about yourself.
Absolutely.
And you can release it, begin to release it, and bring in so much love. Release it and go, I bring in peace. Release it, I bring in me being grounded and me succeeding. And we'll end it there, like with homework. So I think I'm gonna start giving you guys homework, right?
I'm gonna add another homework.
Oh yeah.
Not a big one. It just a caveat to what Nicole was saying. Start to challenge yourself to say the opposite too. I want to be here. I'm thankful, right? Say it with me right now. Like, I want to be here.
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 I'm grateful.
I'm grateful.
I'm grateful to be here.
I'm grateful to be here.
I'm supposed to be here.
I'm supposed to be here.
I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. Right? And you can talk to the universe if you feel like, I don't know, and I want you guys to say it with us too. Write it into the comments, right?
Call it out, baby. Call it.
I'm supposed to be here.
Own that.
I want you guys to write it. And if you're on the replay, I'm supposed to be here.
Yes.
Right? I want to be here. I'm grateful to be here. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Okay? And there is an energy that we are creating too together right now. So if you guys feel that this message is important, please do share it, right? Do share it. Show people. Bring them in. Create that energy that releases that old template Nicole was talking about. Releases that collective idea of, I can't do this anymore. I give up. This is too hard. In so many different ways, we give up. As I said before, spiritually, mentally, consciously, physically, there are so many ways that we are constantly giving up, and not just taking a break, but giving up, allowing ourselves to create an energy together where we can do this. Yes, you are supposed to, Melissa.
Yeah,
yes, Sarah. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Right? And we love you guys so much.
So much.
And this is a big subject, and it's a big topic, and we touched on it lightly, and we touched on it, from the heart, but it's a very important thing to be able to do together. Be here present this morning and say, you know what? What would it look like if without fear, I just assessed what it would be to be me and how I would want to show up in this life and in this world.
Yes,
and
Carmen.
the possibilities are infinite. So think about it. Think about all those possibilities when you think you can't. You really can. And we're here with you. And we love you.
We love you so much. So much. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for your support and your love. If anyone's struggling, share this with them too. Because I think we've all been here and it's important. And we may even go even more deeply with this one later on, just to make sure you guys get what you need. We love you so much.
Have a great Sunday, guys. We'll see you next week at 11. We love you so very much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.